I deal with my opponents a little bit like I handle my love life. I make sure I leave a lasting impression. I don't care what kind of shape you're in. I'm going to knock your teeth back out the other side of your head. You understand that? Because it's the best thing going today. Let's go, Buffalo.
Woo, baby. Ah, the kings of the castle, the kings of the AFC East. Mikey, 4 straight seasons. We told you it's a long season. Anything can happen. Down the stretch is where it matters the most. Mm-hmm. Buffalo has proven that in the past, and Buffalo has proven that yet again. It wasn't pretty, but my God, we did it. I didn't think it would happen after that Denver loss. I was torn. I was down there, Mikey. We
were texting back and forth. I kept telling you, it's a long game. We just need to clean up the turnovers, and we're going to be fine. We were moving.
No, I mean the season. I'm talking about the season. I'm not talking about this game. This game, I was fine. I didn't like it. But guys, real quick before we move forward, me and Mikey we text back and forth. You know what's crazy, guys? Crazy chat. The 3 guys that impacted this game are the fucking 3 guys that we've been talking about most of the year that haven't done jack shit. And my God, those 3 guys came up fucking huge. Let me start with Trent Sherfield, who made, by the way, that was a crazy play.
Yep.
It was going to him, so it was a play designed for Trent Sherfield that got tipped. The ball was crazy high. I don't know how he caught that and stayed in bounds. Then the fucking Deontay Hardy, which we've been screaming all year, just fair catch it at this point. You're not doing anything anyways with the ball. Goes the longest punt return in Buffalo Bills history. I think it was like 96 yards, 97 yards. And then Dawson Knox with the touchdown. Guys, I couldn't have guessed it. I honestly, unbelievable guys that stepped up. What a game. We lost some people. I am concerned. Rasul Douglas, guys, cross your fingers. That is a huge loss.
He
if we
looked
lose him.
okay on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I think he tweaked his knee and they didn't want to chance it this week. Dane Jackson came in, by the way, and actually played pretty
I thought he played pretty well. Yeah, he got beat a few times, but I thought he got back in the play.
Had a couple splash plays.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. The holding call at the end there, I actually don't mind it because I think if Hill catches that, he might be.
Oh, the either, DPI.
Yes, at the end there with
slant. Yeah, I was okay with that too.
I was fine with it because he had some room, and Hill, he's very dangerous.
He makes that safety miss, and he's to the house.
That's what I mean. He's gone, right? And then we're sitting here 21-21, and I'm red. Yeah, I'm red, baby. That's all right. That's what happens when you're happy, when you're excited.
Tommy is always about one play ahead of me, and I get a text, "Fucking game, baby."
Fucking game, baby. Fucking Taylor Rapp, bro. Man, I was just praying to God he didn't drop the ball. You know how that goes, right? But he made an unbelievable play on the ball. Man, what more can I say, man? Certain players stepped up today that I didn't see coming, right? I got to be honest with you. Josh Allen didn't play his best ball, but boy, did he step up when it counted the most. Boy, did he step up.
3 weird plays. Outside of that, Josh was actually pretty
No, complete. Yeah, his completion percentage was great. No,
I'm just overall. He did. I
just thought he was a little reckless sometimes with the ball, the fumble.
So let's go back to that real quick.
Yeah.
So the reckless play, and we talked about this at halftime.
Yeah.
comes after a missed PI that should have, and then him and Gabe Davis just aren't on the same page at all.
No, totally. And that
Josh was expecting him to post him up, and he would jam it in there, and he ran a slant.
I got to be honest though with you on that play. Looking back, Josh, if I'm Allen, I get it. He goes to the left there, but the middle of the field is wide open. If he throws it to the right, where Diggs was going.
But he was on the outside when he.
No, I get it, but Allen can make that throw. Yeah,
Allen can make. When Allen read the defense, Gabe Davis
was on
the outside, and he would have to cut back in. So he threw it as a post up, and he cut back in.
Yeah, I get it.
The way he read it and the way he ran it was completely different.
But he also was just totally trusting that he would stay there or come back. Yeah. You can't play like that though.
It's one of those things. Okay, and then the second one was after a 2nd and 15 drop.
Right.
And then by that would have put us in manageable. And then Josh went YOLO and just chucked it up. And really, Davis was open and he tripped himself.
No, he did trip himself. Absolutely. The drops tonight were horrendous. By the way, yet again, James Cook, for whatever reason. The easy ones, the ones that are right there, he can't come down with the ball. Bro, guys, I got to be real with you. The score was 21-14. This score should have been 35-14. I'm going to be real with you.
Oh, God, yes. Or more.
It should have been. Or more. Like I felt like we left so much out there and because of drops, penalties, whatever. You just can't leave it out. You can't leave points off the board. Just can't do it, man. But I gotta say, Mikey, the momentum swing was the punt return.
Yeah,
to me that was it. That was it. And the Dolphins never responded. Never. I thought the defense of the Bills tonight. No, I know exactly. The defense tonight absolutely did their job. Absolutely did their job. Hey, Hooked Up Joe, man. Great game.
Congratulations. Yeah. You guys had a fantastic season. I know it didn't end the way you guys wanted it to. However, keep your heads up, and we may see you guys again in the playoffs.
And you guys got some major injuries. I saw somebody got carted off the field. That sucks.
Van Ginkel,
the special team guy. Van Ginkel, and that's a huge loss too. Because
Cali Blitz with the Super
Man, thank you so much.
Man, seeing all the Mafias at the stands, we rolled.
Bro, we did. Mafia don't play around, bro. We come correct, and we are a well traveling team. We travel very well.
I liked it. I liked the 4th down game. I didn't like the execution of the 4th down play, but I loved that McDermott went for it, and he did it a few times all game long. I liked the 4th down going for it. Josh should have never jumped. Really, what happened was Leonard Fournette was pushing. We should have had one of the offensive linemen or someone like that push, because usually it's Ty Johnson, and he's just stronger than Leonard Fournette.
I'll be honest. I love the call. I absolutely do. Like that's what I'm talking about. Have balls. Be a head coach with balls, right? But I gotta say though, Fournette lining up initially in the Wildcat, and then trying to catch him off sides and calling a timeout. They can't. I felt like it was too much going on, and then they knew for sure. Okay, now 100% out, like 1,000% Allen is going for it. You know what? I don't hate it, but once in a blue moon, I would love if they did a trick there. And they didn't do that, and they pitched it or did something different. You know what I mean? Like, we're just, because defenses are just, they know it. So, kind of like Philly did that Philly special one time. They actually changed it where they pitched it to Swift, and it was a beautiful play. Like, nobody was even around.
You don't call that there, though.
No, I get it. I'm just saying in the future, like, I don't like it all the time, but I don't hate the call. But I felt like Allen.
You know what?
I don't like Allen. I don't like Allen jumping initially.
Yeah,
I wish he would have just
execution.
Yeah, I wish they would have just drove forward and had Fournette and your offensive line push it. I would have rather dealt with that, because I'll tell you the truth, diving like that is dangerous. Putting the ball out there, a player could hit, a defensive player could smack the ball out. I'm just saying, on the goal line, it's different, Mikey, because once the ball crosses the line, it's a touchdown. right there. I'm just saying, one too many 2 dives for me. Just go
No,
forward.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, go forward like you normally do, and I could ride with that. That's all.
You're 6'5", 240. Put
Right.
your head down and have the guys behind you.
Absolutely.
You don't need to go up top.
You
They
do
were
not.
ready for the up top. The first time, it worked.
It worked.
The second
right.
time, or maybe go right rather than left because they lined up to stop the
Oh,
left.
absolutely. Yeah.
Or maybe go right next time. You know,
Right.
Scott Allen makes it hard to watch. I don't think so. I thought Allen was fun to watch. Here's the problem: we have guys who have failed at certain things. Like James Cook dropped a touchdown at the end of the half,
wide open. Should have been right. Should have been a touchdown.
like, and then he throws it short. And really, I give Allen credit for giving his guy a chance to go through somebody, a running back at the goal line, and the guy didn't. He failed.
Yeah.
It happens.
It was tough play. Yeah, tough play. And the Dolphins defense is still pretty good, even with banged up players. It was a home game. They have a lot of energy. They brung the blitz. I tell you what I liked a little bit at the end there, like towards the middle of the third. I thought Joe Brady finally adjusted to their blitz. He was getting Kincaid and some slants there.
Him and
on
Knox,
a quick
both.
slant. Yes, and Knox, but Kincaid mostly. And I really that's all I've been asking for. Okay, you want to blitz us? All right, now we're going to make you fucking pay. And that's what the Bills eventually started doing, and that's how you beat blitzing teams. You make them pay. And it took Joe Brady a little over 3 quarters to finally figure it out, and he did, and that I felt that's what got the offense rolling on that drive that ultimately got the touchdown to Knox. So, it was a good drive there.
Yeah.
It was,
I'm with, at the end of the day, as Chris says, we got the win. I have 0 complaints. Listen, we were dead in the water after that Broncos game. And now not only did we win the East, but we're the 2 seed. That means we're at home for the first 2 rounds if we win. And if for some reason the Ravens get knocked off, it runs through Buffalo.
Runs through us, baby. And listen, anyone can get knocked off, right? Baltimore, I know they're playing well, but it can happen, man. There's some good teams in the AFC right now, playoffs.
Allen did have a monster second half.
Absolutely.
I swear to God, at halftime, they talked to him. They said, listen, take those checkdowns, stay within yourself, and be the beast that you are. And he's like, okay, I got you. Yeah, honestly, I felt like the offense ran smoother without Gabe Davis in it.
I hate
to say it.
I thought so too. I thought Shakir stepped up big time. I thought even Sherfield had a decent game.
3 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
We saw targets. 8 to Kincaid, 8 to Diggs, Diggs was 8 for 87, and they missed him on the big one. Oh, if he could have got that one, he would have.
That was brutal. Now, see, that's Allen. See, that's on Allen. Now,
but you know what? Last week he underthrew him. This week he overthrew him. Next week he'll hit him.
Yeah.
Shakir had 6. He was 6 for 105. Like, we had 105, 87, 84 from our big 3. Shakir, Diggs, and Kincaid. That's what you need. The rest of the guys, we had 3 for 24, 2 for 22, 3 for 16, 1 for 12. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I thought the offense ran smoother as Josh wasn't trying to force shit to Davis.
Absolutely. I thought the Allen to Diggs play on the blitz was beautiful.
Oh God, man, that and he put air under it finally.
Man, like imagine he gets him on that throw, but he misses him on the wide open one.
But he got him on
crazy.
After he missed him on the deep one.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
he realized he needed to put more air, so he did.
It's wild,
right? Like, oh God, Vito comes in and says Dolphins beat Chief. Hill goes wild.
That's going to be really tough, Vito. I got to be honest with you, man. They are really banged up, especially after this game. Hill, by the way, was banged up at the end there. Like
he wasn't even on the field that last.
No,
time.
He took himself off. So, by the way, too, before that play, Hill got the ball lodged out. I think it was on that drive. Was it on that drive where he got hurt? Was that or he went up he went up tall for it. My bad. He went up for it, and Poyer Rapp came over the top.
Oh yeah, Rapp.
It was Rapp, and we almost got an interception there.
Yeah, Benford just missed it.
Yes, and that's where Hill took himself out for that play. But that was a hell of a play by Rapp to get over the top.
Rapp sealed it.
Rapp sealed it twice. Because Hill could have made that catch.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yeah. And it was there. Like, honestly, Tua was 17 of 27, 173, one pick, one touchdown, 2 picks.
No, yeah.
Josh Allen had 359 throwing. This was a typical Bills Dolphins game stat wise.
Yep.
Josh had over 400 total yards.
Yeah, beautiful game.
It was.
I got to say, though, the Dolphins offense going against good defenses, they show their true colors. I got to be honest with you. I get they had some players out. I get Waddle was out. But I still think Moser, but I still think the results would have been the same. I got to be honest with you. They struggle against better defenses. Go back this season. Look at the games they played against top-notch defenses. The Chiefs, the Eagles, the Ravens. They do not play well. They something about them. They just shut down against better defenses tonight. McDermott. I just feel like McDermott has a way. When it comes to the Hill, since he's arrived in Miami,
7 for 82 and a touchdown.
That's what I mean. Listen, I'll take that all day. And he was the primary weapon. You know what I mean? He was their main target.
You know the big one, A-Chain, 10 for 56.
Yeah. I was worried in the beginning. Yeah, I was worried in the beginning because I thought they were doing a good job getting outside runs, outside leverage, and they were doing that fake pitch.
Yeah, it was the misdirection.
Misdirection where Tua was kind of like pumping it and tossing it the other way. We are biting on that over and over. Mm-hmm. And we eventually knuckled down on that. McDermott must have adjusted there in the second half because they didn't get away with that.
Yeah, Dan, you're right.
Second half.
You need to give McDermott credit. He never bit into bringing the safeties up. He always had faith that they would be able to come back and shut it down, and they did.
Yeah.
And his faith in his players proved out.
Yeah.
I thought McDermott outcoached McDaniel today. I hate the timeout usage still.
Yeah, the timeout usage is terrible.
I love that he trusted his players. Went forward on 4th down. We didn't get it. He said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Offense, the defense got you. And they did.
Yeah, that's all I want. I said that before the game. McDermott needs to trust his players more, right? We said that on Friday, actually. You need to trust your personnel to do their job. And if they fail, right? Going out there on 4th and 1, we didn't get the first, but you know what? I'll accept that. I'll take that as a fan over a field goal attempt that was a long field goal attempt. Yep. You miss it. Their Dolphins have the ball anyways right there. Or you go for it and you get it. And
in the game.
Right.
Game's over.
So I'm totally cool. I like the aggressive style. I like that he, coached that way tonight. He needs to continue that. But yeah, the timeout usage was bad tonight. But that's something that he just may be bad in general.
They stopped running A-Chain as he got banged up in the game again. And they brought in Jeff Wilson and started running him more because they were feeding A-Chain and he was breaking off 10 yards a carry.
Oh,
but
dude,
Then he got banged up and he had to leave the game and they brought in Wilson.
He seems like a guy that gets hurt a lot. I got to be honest with you.
He got hurt a lot.
He gets banged up. Yeah, he gets banged. Yeah,
so far.
Exactly. He's fast. He's a playmaker, but he just can't stay healthy. It's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Triggs is waking people up at 4 a.m. where he's at.
Dude.
Loved his anger at halftime. Yeah. Here's the thing: we left them in the game today. We moved the ball up and down, and we turned the ball over. We got no points in 3 possessions in the first half that we were inside the red zone.
Yeah, it was weird. I text Mikey this too during the game. I'm like, it's the offense seemed to be in rhythm during drives, and then all of a sudden.
And
we did some
the red zone.
Red zone. We did some we did some boneheaded plays, like decision making, or can't catch the ball, or whatever. It was odd because I felt like I was happy with most of the drives tonight. I was like, okay, yeah, we're a little sprinkling of some run. I gotta say, James Cook tonight, a little subpar tonight. The drop pass, I thought his running was so. I didn't think he ran as hard as he should have.
I didn't like the scheme we ran with today at all. We didn't do any of the tackle traps or pull Mitch. Yeah. It was very standard lineup.
That's what I mean. Yeah, even the announcer said it. We weren't doing pin and pull as much.
Yeah, And that's what we're best at. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. We got the
No, absolutely. But this is. I always say though, this is great for Joe Brady to learn from these types of games, because we left a lot of points off the board. We honestly should have blown the Dolphins out, in my opinion. The score should have been exactly what I said, by the way, like 31-14, 31-17, around there, maybe more. But this is great for Joe Brady as a learning experience, especially going into the playoffs, what to work on, what to watch for, what to do in the situational the next time around. So, but ultimately, man, my God, Mikey, once again, that Denver game turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I keep saying it, but it's true. I mean, it's unbelievable that one game, especially a loss, that's twice now, 2021 against Tampa, 2023 against the Denver Broncos, that ultimately turned the season around. It's really crazy to me how things like that work. It just is, man.
Jason says Josh throwing 2 interceptions. I was like, what the F is he doing? We talked about him, Jason, earlier.
Yeah.
The first one, that was him and Davis just aren't on the same page ever.
No.
The second one, Davis was open, so I understand what he was trying to do, but he shouldn't have made that throw. That was just a bad decision.
I thought he should have ran it when he pumped it there, and the defenders kind of like froze.
When they showed that back angle, you see Davis coming free.
No, I get it.
Josh
but
threw it up and then Davis fell down.
Take your first. You got 2 yards there, right?
Again,
like I
said, it was a bad decision.
It was a bad decision.
That's the one turnover I put on Josh. The other one,
it's reckless. Yeah,
him and Davis just aren't on the same page.
I know. I get it. The turnover to the fumble. You got it.
That wasn't on Josh. That was on Torrance.
But I get it. But you got to hold the ball better. He was running.
He saw him. I don't think he saw him.
Tuck that ball in, man. Josh Allen, it doesn't matter. To me, you got to tuck the ball in. I get it, though. I'm not saying it's all on him. Yeah. Torrance got blown up. Absolutely.
He just flat out whiffed is what happened.
He flat out. Yeah, no, but listen, Wilkins is a stud, bro. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a player. Like, I would love for him to be on the Buffalo Bills. But listen, everybody did their job today on the defense, though. Going back to the defense, I thought everybody, especially Dane Jackson, who stepped in for Rasul Douglas, did a very good job. I thought Benford did a very good job tonight. Poyer and Hyde were smooth, man. Rapp was good. Von Miller was a no-show. I didn't really even see Von Miller much, to be honest with you. I don't even know if he even on the field. Did you see Von Miller tonight?
No, I saw him on the sideline with his ball cap on.
But he was active. I just did not see him. Correct? Okay. Because I was going to say, I did not see Von Miller at all. AJ Epinesa. I saw him was
on the sideline with his ball cap on. It was the only time I saw him all night.
Yeah. I thought Rousseau made some good plays behind the stopping the run. A few times he caught the running back in the backfield, Leonard Floyd. Man, like I said, the line was there, man. The line was giving them fits, man. And that's all you can ask for.
We talked about this. We can read it differently, and that's fine. Josh didn't throw the ball too quickly. Josh was backpedaling because there was guys coming at him, and when he threw it, that's why the route took too long to develop. Was what really happened. Josh was hoping he would post up and he would throw it to him, and he didn't post up. Either way, Josh shouldn't throw that ball at all. He should have just ate it and kicked the field goal. Really?
Yeah. I want to see Allen stop backpedaling so much and step up in the pocket. There was I got to go back and watch again, Mikey, but I remember a particular one where 1,000% he could have stepped up, and he was backpedaling instead of he kept it's like he's waiting and waiting and waiting, and I get it. Like, I know what his mind is thinking. But he should step up because sometimes there is, believe it or not, room there, and he could take off or hit or go ahead and make that play. But I know all the time, and I'm not saying every time, I'm just saying there is some plays where he can step up in the pocket, and he chooses not to do so. Second half. Well, there was a tail of 2 seconds. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Tail of 2 halves. So the second half is what I'm saying, when Joe Brady eventually understood also, okay, the blitz is coming. Let's get some quick slants here with the tight end. That's ultimately what changed everything around there for the offense.
Sophia, appreciate the super chat. Smash that like. We do appreciate that. We always forget to say it. You know. Josh also needs to turn over his freaking head. Yeah, we were talking about that we were texting back and forth, Triggs. We said Davis doesn't turn around and look at Allen when he's going back, and that's part of my issue.
It's weird. He's like almost like just like out of the play some way. Like he's just, I don't know where his mind. But by the way, I know we're talking about Davis right now. More than likely, guys. I mean, of course, we don't know, but he was in street clothes. That's not a good sign. It was his knee. I don't wish an injury upon anyone. Like I feel I do like Gabe Davis. I like what he's done here. You know, and I feel bad for him. I do feel bad for him, especially if that's an ACL. I'm not now. By the way, I don't know. No. But I'm just saying, if it is,
he was in street clothes already.
I feel that's what I'm saying.
The difference was he wasn't on crutches.
No, I get that. Or it was right, but I still, it's not a good sign.
Yeah,
and I wish him well. Like I really hope, like for him, because he is a good dude, man. He's done a lot of good things here. But yeah, it just sucks. I don't like seeing that.
T-Jab comes in and says we're lucky to come away with a victory. Play like this, then early exit. If we turn the ball over, we actually we executed well on offense.
Absolutely.
We just didn't execute well in the red zone. So yeah, I agree with you, T-Jab. If you're saying that we need to execute better in the red zone, but overall, our team executed well.
Yeah,
we out total yards 473 to 275, time of possession 3807 to 2153.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The turnovers was 3-2 them. They beat us on turnovers, but ultimately, like really, our defense played freaking well, man. Like our defense played so well.
It was crazy at one point because I'm like, damn, they only got 14 still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I was waiting in that second half when we failed to score on our opening drive for Miami just to score and just start taking the ball game over. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, that's why I'm saying that punt return, because nothing was going on for us up at that point.
Yeah.
The defense was doing their job, but there was really nothing going on, right? It was just
we got stopped on the previous drive. After driving to midfield,
it was stale. Like nothing was. It just seemed
that zone or zero blitz that they were running.
No. And that's what I'm saying. That the defense stepping up forced them to punt, and then it just changed the course of the game. That punt return was everything for this game. I'm telling you, Dolphins just could not do anything in that second half. They were just stuck in the mud, man. It didn't. You know what's weird? Did we sack Tua tonight? I know we got a sack credit on one of the running backs because it was considered a passing play, but I don't recall us getting to Tua. I know we had the one sack.
No, we got the sack on Achane,
the running back, right?
Yeah,
so,
I don't even think we hit.
I don't. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like it was such watching that game. It was just more just about the scheme. How McDermott dialed it up took away their deep ball, took away their passing game, really, and their running game. Like but it wasn't like we were sacking to it like crazy, and you know what I mean, like turning the ball over, like all forcing all these turnovers. It was just a three and out punt. You know what I mean, like, and before you know it, we look up. There's fucking 7 minutes left in the game. Yeah. So it was crazy, man.
I'm with you. I hated the Allen runs at the end of the game. We running the ball wasn't what we did well tonight. Throwing the ball is what we did well tonight. And we stopped doing that at the end. We just ran the clock out. And I hated it. Josh being Josh is the reason why we ran the clock down as far as we did. 3rd and 13, and he ran for a first down, breaking tackles. Like, that's just a superhuman play by the guy.
Oh,
like,
dude, that was unbelievable. Scheme. Yeah, that was all just him. That was all heart, effort, everything. By the way, I gotta ask, what the fuck was Fangio doing in that first half, the end of first half, with that defensive play call?
He was like daring Josh to take the easy one.
To give us, bro, they had 10 guys 10 yards back. Like
they had 2 guys on the goal line. They said you're not getting in.
Yeah, but it was. I thought if we should have scored there. By the way, we should have scored a touchdown there.
Because that was right after James Cook dropped the touchdown.
Yeah. It just was so odd to me. It was so odd. I would have been so pissed if I was a Dolphin fans. You know, they got lucky there. Honestly, it was a terrible decision by him.
Oh yeah, our schedule next year is it's the first place schedule again because we won the division.
Correct.
Kincaid showed why we drafted him tonight. You know what I loved about it? Kincaid was tight end 1 tonight, and they used him as tight end 1 tonight. Like they still incorporated Knox, but you seen more Kincaid than you did Knox, and I loved that.
Yeah,
you saw
you
11
got it.
personnel. You saw 11 personnel tonight.
Good,
You saw
and
less
you have
of 12.
to, right? And you have to. I thought Shakir, by the way, is such an underrated player that a lot of people don't talk about. He is so smooth with the ball. He doesn't really run after yards after catch, and he's reliable for the most part. Like he doesn't drop a lot of passes. He's reliable. He comes up with some big moments. And, man, yards after catch are unbelievable. He's smooth. When he runs the ball, it doesn't seem like he's fat. I got to be honest with you. It doesn't seem like he's fast.
You know that?
But he's cruising. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like he's like, oh, my God, this guy's electric speed. But he's just going – he's like in cruise mode past everybody. Yeah, it's wild.
Allen's LA comp is spot on. It is so much. And they showed highlights of the two tonight.
Oh,
and
dude.
You see
he's just bigger.
So similar.
He's just a bigger quarterback.
Yeah.
Bigger body frame.
Spin, you're right. Cook has dropped a lot, and it's hard.
Easy ones.
He didn't even play, I don't think. Oh, he played 4 plays?
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. I got to be honest with you.
Listen, I didn't see any of our defensive linemen except Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver do anything tonight. The rest was all secondary. His linebackers and secondary.
I thought the edges did some good run stuffs on the. I did see a few. I thought Rousseau. I thought Floyd. Yeah, Rousseau
was really good.
Caught him in the backfield. I thought Floyd caught one in the backfield as well. Okay. So there was a few stops there at the end. I thought they were getting to him especially when they were doing that pitch play, trying to get to the outside. That's why we really started to slow their running game down. But no, it wasn't. Like I said, I think the design tonight was just was perfect, man, on how to beat that team, and it showed up, man.
Does Kincaid get in the end zone on that Knox play? I don't think so. Knox is stronger than Kincaid, and Knox had to carry the guy to the end zone.
Yeah,
I don't know if Kincaid gets in.
I think you're right. I think Knox is a little bit bulkier, bigger than Kincaid. Kincaid's tough. Don't get me wrong. Kincaid, I've seen Kincaid go forward.
Pass catcher.
But yeah, he's more here. Exactly.
You know, he's more finesse than power, and Knox is all power.
Right. But I don't mind that for Knox. Like that's cool. Like I'm good with Knox being a goal line threat, a goal line guy for I have no problem with that. By the way, too, on goal lines, stop with the James Cook thing. Put Fournette in there. Stop. And by the way, if Ty Johnson is out, then Murray. I don't care. You got to put a bigger back in the goal line situations. You have to. Cook is way too small, bro.
Give it to Gilliam.
I don't care. Give it to any bigger back other than James Cook when it comes down to goal line situation.
I don't think that they haven't mastered it. They converted on 20 of 22 now. Because it was 20 of 21 until this last one. And I think that the last one was on Josh's execution. He shouldn't have jumped. He should have just stayed low.
Exactly.
And got pushed forward.
And to be honest with you, I think Philly's does it the best. Like there's no they are the team that does it and does it very, very well.
They also have their offensive line.
Right, their offensive line are unbelievable. But what we do best, like I said, we just push forward, and Allen's such a big guy, he's going to get a couple yards. I just don't like he said, we went to the well too many times with the jumping. Yep. Allen jumping over the pile there. Dolphins were expecting that. He should have went. To me, you know who did it really, really good? Fucking Tom Brady, bro. Tom Brady, slow fucking old not running Tom Brady, knew how to get that short yardage. He went low and he fucking just he just drove his body forward. Bro, that's it.
But yeah, they also never they never blocked it up like they were doing the tush push the way they do now.
No, I'm not talking about tush push. I'm just talking about just in general. Quarterback sneak. He did him very well.
Listen, if you wanted to, you could be in the tush push, have them all come down like that, and run a play action off that, and have one-on-one with your receiver, because everybody's blocking for that.
Yeah.
You might even be able to fake the handoff and roll Josh out on a.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm. That's what I said earlier.
Ballsy to do a half yard away.
But if the defense is stacked up in the box, I think you can get away with that and do that once in a while.
I thought it was closer than what they gave him, but I'm okay.
No,
with it. It is what it is.
I don't think he got it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think if the refs would have let it play on, like sometimes they do, maybe they give him that because he did get the extra push at the end.
The one before they spotted him short. If they would have given him that, then he would have gotten it. Like they spotted him short on the one before. He was a half yard up than what they gave him.
Right.
People just overreact because Cook. I like him, but it's not just Cook's inconsistent. The offensive line is inconsistent.
Yeah,
there was nowhere to run tonight at all. There was no holes.
I still think though we need a better complementary back in the future next year for Cook, because I still believe, and I like James Cook, he's just not a 3-down back. Like he's not a 3-down back. He's still
he's a change of pace guy.
Yeah, he's a change of pace guy. He doesn't pass protect well. He's still, he's light. He's very light, which doesn't help between the tackles. So we need that complimentary back for him next season, because let's be real. Like I like Fournette, but he's that's it for him, right? This is it. We're not going to re-sign him, right? Murray, that's it for him. We're not going to re-sign him. Like we need a younger guy, maybe in the draft.
A bigger back.
A bigger back. That's it. That's it.
Did Dawkins ever come back in? Yes, Dawkins was back in.
He did. They wrapped the shit out of his hand.
Yeah, I thought Vandermark did well though. When he
I thought he did very well for the couple of drives, a couple plays that he did. Yeah, absolutely.
But left tackle's his spot.
Right.
He can't play right tackle. So
how the hell did he? He must have got stepped on or something for that gash to be that big, bro.
Yeah.
Because boy, they wrapped the shit out of his hand.
Did you see like how much blood was on his hand?
That's what I'm saying. It had to have been a player that stepped on his hand, bro, and just sliced the shit out of his hand.
He was back for the last QB sneak.
Yeah, he was in there.
We just didn't execute it. That's all.
It wasn't. Yeah, and Dolphins were prepared too. They knew. That's why I said I thought the timeout was. I thought that was clunky. I think we should have just went for it initially instead of doing the whole. We're gonna get in this, wildcat. No, now we're not. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking go for it. Don't do all that.
Yeah. I wouldn't have a problem having Henry as the big back next year.
Dude, my God. Dude, if he came in here at a reasonable offer, 1,000% you sign him to a couple-year deal.
Because
you saw what he did today?
Yeah.
He's fucking 150-something. He's still a beast, bro. I'd take him in a fucking heartbeat.
I thought Hardy came up big at the biggest moment for us this year.
Dude.
Hardy absolutely redeemed himself.
Absolutely.
He came up at the biggest moment when we needed him the most. He came up big. And that's all you can ask for from a guy. Sherfield, same way. Sherfield came up at the, we've been dogging on Sherfield all day, but honestly, with him getting more snaps today, I felt like he got into a rhythm today.
Yeah. We've been dogging on all three that came up big. Yeah. We said it to begin with, right? Hardy, Sherfield, Knox, all these guys were the heroes, and obviously Allen, and obviously the defense. But those guys, if they don't come through on some, by the way, the Sherfield play, unfucking believable. The Hardy play, unfucking believable. Like two unbelievable plays that had to happen for us to be sitting here talking about Buffalo Bills, AFC East champions yet again. Like if those don't happen, trust me, I'm telling you, we lose that game. Like there's no getting out of that.
All three guys, the 3 touchdowns, Sherfield, Hardy and Knox were the 3 guys that we were like all year. We needed them to step up. We need them to step up. They need to do something. They haven't done nothing. And they came up big. At the end of the day, like Diggs and Shakir and Kincaid did most of the heavy lifting today with Allen. Those guys came up when their number was called. They came up big.
Yeah, absolutely.
That 97-yarder was just beautiful. Beautiful.
Bro, and the one guy that got hurt, I feel bad because it was actually his fault.
Because he took out the fullback.
Yeah, and Hardy's like, thank you. I felt so bad, though, to see this guy stretched out. But it is what it is, man. It's football. He made a mistake.
Yeah, T.J. Watt's not playing next week. Unfortunately,
that's a huge loss. That's a huge loss for him.
Yeah, he got hurt, which sucks. I feel bad for him because that guy's so good.
He is. Yep.
Beth, there was a ton of real big plays tonight. The offense looked good like it normally does. It just struggled in the red zone.
It struggled in the red zone, and I didn't get it. It was a lot of clunkiness going on tonight. Drop passes. Things we need to fix. That's all. That we need to correct. We correct that stuff. We're a really good football team because this defense, which is wild, Mikey, with all the injuries that's happened, to do what we're doing. Bro, Balen Spector stepped up tonight, too.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
what I'm trying to say. This defense is... I have to give them credit. And I got to give McDermott credit for as much as I bash him. And I we talk about him a lot. I also will give credit where credit is due, and I feel like he's done a very, very good job considering all of the injuries, the big time injuries that has happened to this team, and he still has gotten these guys to play sound, good defense. And the players that he's choosing to take these roles on are the right ones. I have to give him the credit there. It's like, all right, you know what? Boom. Dane Jackson, come on in, right? Fill in right now.
Come on in.
Spector.
Lindell, they went outside Lindell Joseph when we needed him.
Joseph,
tonight.
right.
Puno forward.
Taylor Rapp at times.
This goes to Brandon Beane as well. Got to give him
absolutely.
for having the depth to be able to overcome some of these injuries.
Yeah, or go out and get the guys that you feel best fit what we're doing with this defense.
I want to hit on Connor's question. He says, anybody know what the Bills game's going to be streamed on? If it's the 1:00 game, it'll probably be CBS. But I don't think they've announced it yet.
I know there's a Peacock game. That's only a Peacock, but I'm not.
I think that's the night game. I don't think that's the day game. I think we have this. Someone said we had the Sunday 1:00 game. If that's the case, it'll probably be CBS.
Now Dotson went out as well. I wonder what happened with Dotson because he never came
shoulder.
back.
They talked about it on the broadcast. He had a shoulder injury. He left and he didn't come back.
That's not good either. So hopefully Spector could continue to play at a high level.
Spector, Williams. Here's the thing. The best part about Dotson, and hopefully he does come back. Hopefully it won't be a long-term thing.
Yeah.
He only plays first and second down. Then we drop Jordan Poyer down and we run that dime defense.
Right.
Which if we need to replace him with somebody, okay, Spector's the next man up, or Dorian Williams, whoever they decide.
Right.
It's one of those things. One catch downfield is like having a 3% chance of completion, I swear. Oh, you know what? That Diggs Allen catch is just so pretty. Allen threw it up, and he just let him go get it.
Yeah. Like I said, Mikey, I am flabbergasted. Flabbergasted that we are sitting here, AFC East champions,
number 2 seed again,
number 2 seed, with such a roller coaster of a fucking season from this team, and yet they somehow found a way, pulled it together, and won the AFC East and going in number 2 seed. It's wild. Honestly, I don't know what to say because I told you this season to me is just you never know what you were going to get from this Bills all season long, and they still winded up taking care of business when it counted the most down the stretch, man.
They didn't even wait till Black Monday to can the head coach?
That's a good. I did not like Arthur Smith. By the way, did you see that today where he was like, "The fucking bullshit,"
because he threw a last-second touchdown. He cussed out Dennis Allen.
Then he gets fired right after. The fucking bullshit. Oh man, I heard Belichick's gone. By the way, I'm hearing that's true.
Yeah,
I'm hearing
I heard that. The way it ended today makes me think it's true too.
It's very dude. Come on, and we talked about this real quick on the AFC Shakedown. I'm like, most owners, like the Jets owner, for instance, come out way early, 2 weeks back, going, nope, they're here, both here to stay. They're being back next year. All these rumors that came out about Belichick 2 weeks ago, you would think Kraft would have came out and be like, no, hey, whoa, like. Belichick's here. He's not going anywhere next. He didn't say shit, right? And that's very odd because the source was a reliable source. So you would think like he would have said something if it wasn't even remotely close to being true. So I think Kraft, and I think it's time, and I think Kraft finally understands that. And it is what it is, He'll get a job though. By the way, he'll get and somebody made a great point today. About that, they were saying, listen, he may go to a team that's in the fucking playoffs right now. Don't just look at the teams that are out of the playoffs. There could be a team in the.
I could see him going to Chargers because it has a quarterback, and they have a lot of good defensive pieces.
Yeah.
I could see him going to Washington. I could see Magic Johnson and Harris
giving him some big bucks too.
Giving him not only that, but giving him control, the build.
He has that big bucks, control. Yeah.
I don't think he'll go to the Raiders. I don't think that's the place for him. I think Jim Harbaugh is going to go to the Raiders. But there's a lot of we can get into all that later.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, there's options.
Tip 099. Bill's backer from the end of the earth.
Wow. Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, man.
Yep. Oh God, isn't it crazy, Tommy?
Dude,
we were talking about this. At 6-6, we were like, we can win every game or we can win no games. That's the way our team plays.
Right. So I'm saying, like, this season has been just crazy to me. Like, it's you never know what you were going to get week in, week out. And after that Denver loss, it just was really looking bleak, right? Times were dark in Buffalo. And I got to be real with you, too. During that bye week, right? When all that shit happened, right? The Vaughn incident, then the article on Sean McDermott, it's almost like it was a rally, right? Like the team took that shit personal. They rallied behind everything, right? Rally behind the Vaughn and their head coach, more so the head coach. But and man, it's great to see the team come together. And tough times because it wasn't looking good. Let's be real. When you fire your OC or any coordinator at 6-6, 5-5, whatever, in midway, 3/4 of the way, that's not a good sign. Like you're probably a losing team. Like more than likely, right? You're not a winning team. And look where we're at today. We're fucking won the AFCs, and it wasn't like we're Tampa Bay Buccaneers were fucking 9 wins. Like, we had 11 wins. It's pretty damn good. So, that's not terrible. And a pretty tough schedule, by the way. Right?
We had one of the hardest schedules coming into the year.
Right. If we didn't drop some bullshit games.
Stupid games.
Right.
Stupid games.
So I'm just saying, but either way, we said it. We said it Friday. The Bills put themselves in that situation, and they dug themselves right back out. So you got to give them credit for digging themselves out and ultimately handling business. That's what they did. They took care of business. And they took care of business, by the way, on the road.
Yes, they did. By the way, Tommy, I wanted to pull this up.
Yeah, you got to blow that up. There we go.
Next week's games. So we have
there we go, guys.
Saturday, Cleveland at Houston on NBC at 1:30. We have Miami
the
at
Peacock
KC
game.
on Peacock.
Wow, they got the Peacock game. Okay.
Then Sunday we have the early game. Pittsburgh at Buffalo at 10 a.m. on CBS.
Yeah.
Green Bay at Dallas at 1:30 at Fox. and Los Angeles at Detroit, 5 p.m. NBC. The Monday night is Philly at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
On ESPN. I like it.
I like it. CJ asking if it could be Baltimore. Listen, I got to be honest with you. I think we play Baltimore very well. We have in the past.
I'm not sure Baltimore makes it. Like, honestly,
I'm not concerned. I'm not honest.
I think Cleveland can beat them. Cleveland
has a very good defense. And by the way, don't get oversold on Baltimore. Look what they did this year. They had a lot of close games against a bad team. Like, they really had some games they shouldn't have won. They pulled out. But I don't think they're all that. Like, they're a team that could definitely be beaten. You've seen it this year. They've been beaten. And we match up very well against them. I really feel like we match up well against Lamar Jackson. So I'm not concerned about them. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm more concerned about Cleveland. If I'm going to be brutally honest, and I'll tell you why. Not so much their offense, their defense.
Defense is good.
That defense is fucking nasty, bro. And they're going to cause some havoc because of that. Their offense also is coming around, but they could be stopped, right? They could be slowed down. Flacco does turn the ball over, but it's their defense that keeps them rolling. So I would be more nervous, honestly, going against a Cleveland team because of that defense. So no, I'm really not nervous if we wind up facing Baltimore. I'm just not.
Yeah. Cameron, thank you. Great game. You guys had a hell of a season, and there's a chance that we meet in the playoffs again. I hope you guys get healthy. You know,
absolutely.
I don't hate the Dolphins as much as Tommy does. You know, but he grew up in Miami, so you know it's kind of.
It was different. You know, I grew up in the '90s when we were like heated. But y'all saw that clip, like Dolphins, Buffalo Dolphins. Like it was heated. They did not like each other, and that's how I felt.
I love they started that with Marino and Kelly. I'm not gonna
kind of like how I did in my pregame. Huh?
Yeah. The difference was they actually had them on.
I know, like up to date, like right,
yep.
Yeah.
If this offense doesn't turn it over, we can't. Listen, the Bills are battle tested. They're battle tested. They're not an easy out. Even when we lose, it's not a blowout.
Yeah,
we're in every game.
Absolutely. Go look at the schedule. That's why I keep telling everybody. Look at what we've done this year. You would not see one game where the Bills were just totally out of it, right? Just got smoked. Not one game. Every game we were in. Every single game. The Dolphins now go back to some of these games, these better teams. San Francisco, they got blown the fuck out, right? Philly's been blown out. Dolphins, blown out more than once. So I just feel like, man, if we just had our shit together in a lot of these games that we lost, we would have had a really decent record. 13, 14 wins. But we just was one of those years where it was just inconsistency, bad plays at bad moments for us. And ultimately that's why we finished with 11 wins. But we got the job done, and we're here, and we're going to the playoffs. Number 2 seed. It's wild, but it's unbelievable.
Awesome. Amy says, Tommy, you know Curtis is close.
He's definitely, because that was a
Captain D.
It was a close game. They were in it. Yeah, Captain D. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I imagine most Miami fans are hot right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Didn't show up.
I'm sure fucking I'm sure some of the podcast guys are freaking out.
And it played its heart out. That defense kept them in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
They came up with big plays they gave up a shit ton of yards.
They came up with the big play at the end
when they needed to.
At the very end. I mean, they gave it right back to the offense
in good field position.
And good field position.
Yeah.
And the Buffalo Bills once again stepped up. But I got to say, I was nervous because McDermott, that's what I'm saying about this season. This is what I meant about this season, guys. It's so weird how we've played, because there was been times where we left it into the defense hands and they played great all game long, and they let the fucking Patriots go down, 75 yards. So, of course, you're like, okay, what are we going to get here out of McDermott, right? Is McDermott going to, I'm going to play soft zone now. I really like everything's going to change now because I'm getting nervous. But I thought this was the game where he didn't get nervous. He stayed course. He played. He had the player. He called the same plays he's been playing all game. And look, It got the W. That's what I mean about McDermott. Stop not trusting your players. You got to put faith in your defense. They got you all the way up to the fourth quarter. Don't change it now, right? And that's what he did, man. That's what he did.
Listen, I still have my concerns about McDermott.
No,
But
100%.
I truly have to tip my cap to him today. He trusted he trusted his team today. Like I did not see him not trust like any of the three units. He trusted those players today. He went for it when he probably shouldn't have. He's like, guys, I trust you. Go do it. If you fail, the defense will pick you up. Like I saw a true leader today for the first time out of McDermott. I haven't seen McDermott coach like that much.
No, in a big moment,
but
big game
tonight.
Right? No, it did. That's what I'm saying. Tonight, that's the McDermott, guys.
I want to see the rest of the way.
I want to see the rest of the way. That's the winning formula. That's how a coach should coach. Trust your guys. Let your guys go out on the sword. Don't fucking play this, coach not to lose mentality. Give it your all. Leave everything you got out there on the field. That's what they did tonight, right? Mm-hmm. The defense, like I said, man, they could have melted away, right? Oh man, but McDermott could have been playing scared football. Let's not give up the 50-yard line and just let them just drive down the field with ease. They didn't do that. They kept the course. They played physical. They made some big hits. Like I said, I didn't even mind the Dane Jackson pass interference. Thought it was a smart play. You don't get the PI there. Who knows what happens? So ultimately, I thought he did a very, very good job down the stretch, man. Coaching.
Dallas, you're gonna live and die with the Josh Allen plays. You gotta let him be him. You get better.
It's frustrating.
You get more positives than negatives from the guy. And I'll tell you, I went on X at halftime and I had to log off because I saw people just crapping on him. And I'm just like, I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
At this point, you should know what he is. He's a playmaker. He's not a cerebral quarterback. He is a playmaker. That's what he is.
Yep. And I agree with Mikey. Me and Mikey don't always agree, but I totally agree with this. Listen, and fans are as well. But a lot of these guys that I respect some of these, a lot of these guys that do content, Bills content, but it's like, guys, how long have you been watching this team? How long have you been watching Josh Allen? Are you watching the game? Are you truly understanding why some of these, plays are happening? Why some of these turnovers are happening? Why aren't you mentioning James Cook dropping a touchdown pass? Then that play that Allen did right after would have never even happened. Mm-hmm. It's just funny that a lot of people avoid other things.
It's easy to crap on the quarterback.
Right. Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah, Joey, I like the Ravens defense. I think they're playmakers. You can if they're not creating turnovers, they struggle. And Lamar, if you can contain him, and Sean McDermott has a fantastic defensive scheme versus him. But if you can contain him and not let him run around and extend plays, like Josh, if you can contain Josh, you can beat the Bills. It's just harder to contain him than it is. It's easier to say than do.
Yeah, there's only so many players that can do what he does.
I'm glad we kicked Dorsey to the curb. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. We talked.
It's
about
just
that
a different. It's just. I think it's a different mentality that Joe Brady brings. I also think he adjusts better, and I still think he needs to adjust. I still think it's something he needs to get better at. But I think he does a better job so far than Ken Dorsey. I think Ken Dorsey was just, we're just gonna fucking do what we've been doing, and we're gonna ride Josh out. Right, he just and nothing really changes in the course of the game.
I didn't feel like he set anything up. Like I felt like Joe Brady sets things up. He calls things to set something else up later, and I don't feel like that. Dorsey was just calling plays. Sven comes in and says the fact of the matter is when the game's on the line, Josh was making all the right plays. Josh is clutch. Listen, Josh will struggle for a half and then be the man we need at the end. He just done it during this up to this point, during this win streak. They struggle for a half, and then when we need him, he comes through.
Yeah. No, he was. I thought Allen brung his dog mentality in this game, man, especially when it counted the most at the end.
It's like dating a man or woman who's crazy. You know he or she was crazy and you decide to stay with her. You know what you're getting. You can't complain, except she's a smoke show and has a great heart at the end. Because I guarantee you, who are you trading Josh Allen for in this league right now?
Yeah, exactly. And, you also got to take some of the good with the bad with him when it comes to him, man.
Because he's been throwing a bunch of interceptions
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying, Allen he puts everything out there, man. Like that's one thing we can never take from him. I get sometimes he's like, "Ugh, what are you doing?" Even I'm guilty of that too. But it's okay. We can have criticism over Allen, but at the end of the day, he is a warrior out there, and he does so much for this team to give this. He puts his team on his back more than almost any quarterback in the NFL.
Any other quarterback, yeah.
He really does, guys. And I feel like, and I feel like that's where when all these critics are just bashing him, they just overlook that. And it's a shame because, okay, get rid of Allen. Let's go get who? Right? Who's going to be better? And, who's going to bring that?
Carry this offense.
Right. Who's going to do that? Right. Stop it. You know what I mean? Like, Allen is Buffalo. He is this team. He's what makes this team go. I remember when we were, in pregame, that question was asked about if Allen won a Super Bowl, would you put him ahead of Kelly? Now, of course, I said yes, I would. Now, right now, no, I wouldn't because you got to get there, right? In my opinion, you got to get to the Super Bowl. But right now, man, he's damn close. He is damn close. I just need to get him. We need to get to the Super Bowl. But, Jim Kelly had that. Jim Kelly wasn't special, right? He wasn't like this worldly, godly talent.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, but he also was a warrior out there. He gave everything he got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what made Kelly special. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, your team will only go as far as your quarterback will take you.
Yep.
Right? So that's what I mean about getting to a Super Bowl. So people could say what they want about Kelly, and that's why I said, like, yeah, Dan Marino might have been a better quarterback, but he also didn't get his team to a Super Bowl 4 straight seasons. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm saying about, like, the Allen and Kelly thing. And Allen, he's going to get there, right? With how he is, how he plays. But like you said, Mikey, too, though, it is a team, and everybody, it has to all come together.
Yeah, Josh is a winner with a winner's mentality. Yeah. He's a football player first. At the end of the day, he just wants to win, and he doesn't care what he has to do to win. If it's hand the ball off 40 times, he'll do it. If it's run the ball a bunch, he'll do it. If it's throw the ball, he'll do it. He just wants to win.
Yeah.
At the moment, without Josh, we're nothing. Sometimes it makes me wonder if we didn't have Josh, would they find a better scheme to figure out how to score? Sometimes I feel like the whole system is have Josh make a play.
Exactly. Put Superman. We had one fucking game, guys, all season, and pretty much, I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember the last time Josh wasn't Superman, and it was James Cook against Dallas. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I couldn't tell you the last game where Allen had, was the focal point that he needed to take over a game to win a game. You get what I mean? Like, it's very, very, doesn't happen. It's very, very rare. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yep. Everyone has the ranks of themselves. Me personally, I don't think Allen is at the Kelly level yet. I think he will get above Kelly. Whether he gets to a Super Bowl or not, I think he's going to. I have a feeling Josh is going to bring us a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and I have a feeling it's probably going to be this year.
I do too. But here's a question though, and this is why I and I know we're on here an hour. We're going to get out of here soon, but it was a great question, and I didn't bring it up. Somebody brought it up in the chat, but I countered that, Mikey, with, okay, what about Sean McDermott? If Sean McDermott wins the Super Bowl, do you put him ahead of Marv Levy? And that's a great question, right? That's a great counter. I say no, unless he goes back at least one more time, because Marv Levy did it 4 straight years. A lot of winning here in Buffalo. It's very hard to do. I get he didn't win it, but he's also a Hall of Fame head coach. McDermott, even if he wins 1 Super Bowl and doesn't go back, doesn't win again, I don't think they put him in the Hall of Fame. Like, I'm just throwing that out there.
I look at the players different than I look at the coaches. The coaches, I do agree with you 100%.
Okay.
I think it's going to take more than 2 Super Bowl appearances from McDermott. How many times has McDermott lost us the playoffs?
No, I get that. Right.
Levy never lost us the playoffs. When we lost was because, the players.
We just got, we were, right.
Like, when you look at them, they're completely different. So when you look at Allen versus, Kelly, you can look at the stats, look at how the teams were set up. You can do those type of things. And everyone's going to have their own rankings. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Allen's there. I think he's headed there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right.
Yeah.
But my point was he's not there yet, but if he got us to a Super Bowl, I still think he needs to get us there because Kelly, no matter what, I get the teams were different. But back then, there were some good fucking football teams we were going against. It wasn't like, Miami Dolphins sucked ass. They talked about it. It was the Dolphins were really, really good. We caused them not to get to a Super Bowl, right? Dan Marino was the fucking great quarterback. But Buffalo Bills were a well-built team. Jim Kelly was the leader of that team. So if Josh Allen could figure a way, good night, buddy. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Can figure a way to get us to a Super Bowl. I'm just saying get us there. Then yes, I will say at that point you got to give Allen his dues and put him as top tier best quarterback of all time for Buffalo Bills.
If he wins the Super Bowl, it's going to be no doubt.
No, there's no doubt. Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. If he wins the Super Bowl, it's going to be no doubt that he's going to get there. However, 100%. If he doesn't get to a Super Bowl, I think it's going to be a debatable question forever.
Debatable. I agree with that. I agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those debatable things. It's going to be Josh Allen and Jim Kelly, 1A, 1B.
I agree with that.
How you want. It's going to be how it's going to be looked at. But if he gets us to a Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, Josh Allen's automatically. Now, don't get me wrong. Jim Kelly's going to be a legend forever here.
Yeah. But I also want to say, too, we're in a different era of football.
We are.
Stats are getting. This is a passing league.
Also 18 games now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not always like. That's why sometimes stats and all these like things and records. I feel for the older guys, right? Because they played shorter games. It was much more physical. It was a more defensive league back in the day. You can get away with a lot. So that's why, like, I'm saying, like, I'm not always like, yes, Allen's going to crush. And by the way, Allen is far more physically gifted than Jim Kelly ever was, okay? And yes, he is a better overall quarterback, but I'm just saying to get your team to that level of we are the best, we made it to 4 straight Super Bowls, that's why I have Kelly right now, no matter stats line.
Right now, Kelly is, But I like Royce. Why do you got to compare? Why do we got to compare?
No, I'm not comparing. Somebody asked. It wasn't. I'm not comparing.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general. Everybody is quick to compare. Is Tua better than Allen? Is Allen?
No, I get it all the time. Yeah, but that's like that in every sport. LeBron, Jordan.
Why can't we just enjoy what we're seeing?
Absolutely.
The plethora of awesome quarterbacks that we have. There's more, and I've always said this, there's more tiers than there are compare guys. There's the tiers, the elite tier of, Mahomes and Allen and Lamar and, Burrow and all those guys. And then you have the next tier of guys. And then you have another, I think you find more tiers than who's better because it's in the eye of the beholder. You can't compare Allen versus Mahomes.
No, I agree.
Allen runs with a defensive head coach in a different system than Mahomes.
Yeah.
If you took Allen and put him on the Chiefs, what do they look like?
I think everyone is a one of themselves. Okay, let's be real, right? Everybody, we were just talking about him. Derrick Henry, he's a one of one. Yep. He's a fucking beast, right? But then we could also go back and be like, oh, Herb Campbell, or this guy, fucking O.J. Simpson. Like everyone was a one of one. Barry Sanders, for me, greatest running back of all time. But somebody might debate and go, no, it's fucking Jim, what's his name, for the fucking Browns, Jim Brown, right? Like, so I'm just saying, like, everyone's one-on-one. I get it, but I will say one more thing, because TJ Watt injury. that Bruce Smith record, and I know records are meant to be broken, I'm telling you guys, the reason why I still say that season, that record won't be, I'll tell you why though. It's not a single season record. It's a career record, right? It's a record. It's not like a single season record to me, Mikey, can be broken. Like sack record, like someone's going to beat Strahan's record. Somebody's going to beat the rushing record for a year. Someone eventually is going to get the wide receiver record over 2,000 yards. It's happened. It's been very close. But the career record of Bruce Smith, 200, has not even been fucking touched in year, Mikey. And we've had great.
Like Von Miller's one of the best to ever do it, and he's not going to come close to it.
J.J. Watt. Yeah. I'm telling you, these guys get hurt.
Aaron Donald.
And I'll tell you another reason why. Long season, 18 weeks. Look at all these fucking guys. Injuries. Look at all the injuries. Bruce Smith, 1 injury, 1 year, 20 years. I'm telling you guys, I would be shocked in my lifetime, at least, that record gets broken.
I don't think it's going to get broken either. There's never going to be another Lawrence Taylor. The closest thing you're going to get to Lawrence Taylor is the closest thing you're going to get to him. Like the closest thing you got to Mike was Kobe. He modeled his game after him.
Very
Micah
close.
Parsons is about as close as you're going to get to Lawrence Taylor as there is.
I'll tell you who was close to him and could have had an unbelievable career. Derek Thomas, if he didn't get didn't die. He was a fucking dude, guys. Monster. Derek Thomas was a monster. Still has the sack record.
Game sack, right?
7 or 8 or something like that. Something wild.
If he wouldn't have died, you're right. He might have been the one guy who had a shot at Bruce Smith.
Yeah, he was, dude. He would
rack up multiple sacks every game. That guy was a monster.
I'll tell you another guy who, if he didn't get hurt, who knows where his career would have landed. Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson, running back. Bro, he was unbelievable, Mikey. Never seen anyone like it. Like, as far as his speed and power, dude. I mean, he was so brutally fast and powerful. Yeah, that when he got his leg grabbed, it took his fucking hip right out. Like, it's brutal.
Damn, look at that. Spen did that math for you. You need to average 15 sacks through 13.3 seasons.
Okay, so give me the guy. It's going to do that. Come on. And not get hurt, not retire early. I'm telling you guys, it's brutal.
And it's not. And 13 years of 15.
Ain't nobody getting that, bro.
Yeah. You know, it is. The thing about Bo Jackson was.
Yeah, Reggie White was sick. He was awesome.
Reggie.
By the way, Reggie White might have beaten Bruce Smith if he didn't retire early. That's the problem. So Reggie White, but hey, it is what it is. Like, he got old, he retired. Like,
it's like Barry Sanders could have had the all-time rushing leader.
Oh, if he didn't retire, and he retired way early.
Yeah, he chose he wanted to.
Yeah,
you know, it's one of those things, man. It's great. But anyways, we've been here for an hour. All
right, now we're on like a whole different. We're talking about fucking O.J. Simpson.
We are back tomorrow night, right?
We are. Yep.
Okay,
9:30.
So we're back tomorrow night. We'll recap this game. We'll talk a little bit of Steelers and the upcoming playoffs, and then we'll be on Friday night for our true game preview.
Woo! Can't wait. So, Bills Mafia, be happy. Go to bed with a smile on your face.
Enjoy your victory Monday.
The Buffalo Bills, AFC East champions yet again. I told you guys, we are on that throne until somebody takes us off and kills the king. The Bills are still the AFC East kings. That's it. Those are facts. All right? So Bills Mafia.
And the number 2 seed.
And the number 2 seed.
That's just
icing on the cake, baby.
2 seed, guys.
Icing on the cake. So Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills.
And look at him go! He could go all the way! Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 hey, hey.
Better luck next time, loser.